Okay, it's Thursday and we've got another game lined up. It's size week off at the moment, so we've had plenty of time to get a few games in. It's a 1,000-point game again. It's what we hope our escalation forces will look like at 1,000 points. We just want to play just to see how they perform, and base our 500-point list on that. Just because we like that, and we just want a slightly bigger game than 500. So. As we're probably going to be playing a lot of 500-point games in the coming months. So we're going to play the battle line mission. We actually rolled and got battle line again, so we weren't complaining, so we went with that. So it's Orcs and Goblins this time versus Ogres again. So I'm running through my army. I've got a boar chariot, Goblin spear chucker, 20 black orcs with a standard, level 2 night goblin shaman, 19 savage orcs, who actually have the models for now. I'm slowly assembling them, and a savage orc big boss with a great weapon. Then we've got 20 orc biggins with the standards, 20 night goblin archers with nothing, and another spear chucker. That's it. That's 1,000 points. And for me spells, I rolled Sneaky Stabbing and Gork will Fix It. So pretty happy with those. So that's Orcs and Goblins deployment.
Okay, in Ogre deployment, I modified my list slightly from last time. I've decided to go with Gut Magic as opposed to the Fire Belly, which I took against the Bretts. So the unit is slightly smaller, but I do have a command group this time. But other than that, pretty much nothing's changed. So I'll run you through. I have here on my left, I have 3 Mournfang with all the trimmings. I have a unit of 10 Ogre Bulls with a Bellower and Standard. They're armed with Iron Fists, and my Fire Belly today is going to be a Butcher. And then next to them we have a Stonehorn, and it has the harpoon launcher upgrade. And then right here on my right flank is a nice little proxied Sabertusk. So yeah, for spells I rolled a double 1. Basically we've adopted the standard fashion of if you roll a double you can change up one of those for any spell that you want. So rolling double 1, Bone Crusher is a bit crap. It's probably the poorest spell out of the Law of the Moor in my opinion. So I ditched one of them for Troll Guts, because obviously 4-up regen is always good, and then the other one I just changed to Spine Marrow for Stubborn. So yeah, with luck I'll be able to keep my guys in the game, which I'm going to need, because previous experience has taught me that while I can hit orcs hard, orcs unfortunately can hit back pretty hard too. So if I'm not careful, I can get overwhelmed and then break. So yeah, that is my deployment, and I deployed first, so I get +1 to my roll. So should we do this live? No. Fair enough, usual. So yeah, Orcs and Goblins turn 1.
Okay, an almost textbook Orcs and Goblins turn 1. I felt some animosity with the Savage Orcs, who then fought the Biggins, but no casualties to each, which doesn't bode well. They can't even hurt each other. How are they going to hurt that lot? The Goblins just moved up, and everything stayed where it was. Then in the magic phase, I rolled 4 dice with our rules for 1,000-point magic. He was out of range to cast Sneaky Stabbing on these guys just to give them armor piercing, because he might as well. So he was out of range of that, so I didn't bother casting Gork or Fix It either, because there's not much point yet. I didn't want to eat a bad mushroom. And then in the shooting phase, this one fired at the Mournfang, missed. The Night Goblins were out of range, and the other Spear Chucker blew itself up, which was nice. So that was the end of Orcs and Goblin turn 1. really taking advantage of my my going first there.
Okay, end of Ogre Kingdom's turn 1. Everyone moved up. The Sabertusk did a about face, moving towards my left. The magic phase, I got 4 dice, with like basically 2 2s on a D3, and I even got a channel. So I thought, well, I don't want to risk 5 dice, so I tried to put 3 into Troll Guts because you know, that was a reasonable chance of getting it off, and rolled a total of 6. So yes, quite bad, but yeah, you know. So it was and I shot the harpoon launcher at the boar chariot, roll a 1. So a very quick turn, and we'll be on to Orcs and Goblins turn 2.
Okay, end of Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Animosity wasn't too bad this time. They decided to fight each other. And then in the magic phase, I managed to cast Gork Will Fix It on Size Mournfang, which was nice. I rolled quite a lot of dice and got a channel, so got it off without any contesting. So, you know, that made me feel a bit better. So, because I moved these up in a kind of conclave so they could cover each other, which of course put them closer to the Mournfang. So I was kind of counting on getting that spell off, which came through for me. Then in the shooting phase, my goblins basically rendered me casting that pretty useless, because between the bolt thrower and the night goblin archers, I managed to kill a Mournfang, and they failed their break test and ran off anyway. So my great plan went to pot just by huge goblin success when shooting. Pardon? No, I'm not complaining, but every time I try and make a plan with this army, they do what they want anyway. So in my small attempt to actually be more aggressive by moving my guys instead of just sitting still, didn't pay off because my shooting then kicked in and did what it normally does when I'm not aggressive. So, oh well, not that I'm complaining, but so that's the end of Orcs and Goblins turn 2, and it's looking pretty good so far. It's all going to plan, although it isn't my plan. It's their plan. Okay, so see the end of Ogre's turn 2.
Okay, end of Ogre's turn 2. Another unfortunately short one. No charges. I failed my reform test, and yeah, they're like a quarter of an inch from the board now. So basically, that's bad times if I've failed that. Everyone else pretty much has moved up. The magic phase, I got Troll Guts off, which I have a nasty suspicion I'm going to need. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Okay, Ogre's turn 3. Basically, the Stonehorn and the Ogre unit charged. Ogre unit charged into the Savage Orcs, Stonehorn charged at the Black Orcs. I caught the Black Orcs and nommed them up, and that basically charged straight into the led him straight into the Goblin Shaman, and it didn't end well for him. The Ogre unit basically charged into the Savage Orcs. In the magic phase, I got off Troll Guts, and basically rolled an Ogre charge, lots of impact hits, lots of wounds, reduced his unit down to 4 guys, and then managed to break him. And I didn't catch him, but I'm chasing after him, so I'm out of the way. And also the Mournfang decided that how they've seen the battle going relatively well for him now, well, pretty well for him now, they're going to come back into the picture. So yeah, we are.
And also the Stonehorn's due to come back here.
Oh yes, next turn. Yeah. So yeah, a pretty amazing turn for me. Everything acting about as well as I could possibly hope for. So yeah, it is now Orcs and Goblins turn 4.
Okay, Orcs and Goblins turn, was it 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, in an effort to try and get something out of this game, roll my animosity, Goblins are fine. Then the big ones decided they wanted to fight someone, but they couldn't see anyone, so they decided to fight the Goblins. And failed to kill any Goblins, and then the Goblins fought back and actually killed 2 of them. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much destined to lose from now on. Although my general did rally, which was nice, but he's still got to face that big unit, and he couldn't do it with a full unit, so he's certainly not going to do it now. And the chariot just moved around, so that's the end of my turn. We're just going to have size turn so I can mop up and claim it as a proper victory, but I think it's pretty much over for Orcs and Goblins now. So
okay, end of Ogre's turn 4. The Mournfang move up. The Stonehorn has come back. I charged into the Savage Orcs again, wiped them out, managed to get an Ogre charge, yeah, basically ripped them down, chased after them, caught them, and ate them up.
mine actually would take a panic test anyway, because that was within 6.
Oh yes, yeah.
So it might not even be. Which I failed.
Oh.
Flip 5. It's definitely over. I think it's just run towards the board edge in that case, don't they?
Yeah.
So, what's easy charge for you?
Yeah, so
Actually, they're already fleeing, so even if you charge into them, that's definitely going to kill them.
So yeah, that was another awesomely successful Ogre turn. So yeah, it's Orc and Goblin turn 5.
Okay, end of Orcs and Goblins turn 5. The big ones decided not to bother rallying and bounced straight through the Stonehorn, which was problematic, to say the least. At least some Orcs survived this game. The Goblins fired at the Mournfang. I think they may have done a wound, yeah, which is pretty sweet. The Boar Chariot, the Spear Chucker fired at the Mournfang and missed. Boar Chariot did amazing. It charged into the Ogre bus, did 7 impact hits, 7 wounds. Unfortunately, side Troll Guts on and saved I think 4 of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I did 3 wounds with that. Then he attacked back and failed to wound it with all his attacks. Then the Boars and the crew attacked and did another, I think, 1 wound. They scored several wounds,
you
but
got 3 wounds on it.
he saved them with his Troll Guts. So I got 10 wounds out of that chariot and took nothing in return. Unfortunately, Sai, in his infinite wisdom, has bought Crown of Command for his unit, so he was testing on a 7, and so he rolled that and rolled a 7. But if that were just 1 more higher, I probably could have taken that unit out, which would have been sweet. But it wasn't, so I think at this point I'm going to concede just because there's no way to win this now. But yeah, Sai's big unit of ogres really kicked my ass, especially with Troll Guts on. That was nasty. I don't think there's much I could have done. Obviously the Black Orcs failing their leadership tests hurt me the most, just because they allowed the Stonehorn to get past my lines. And then, of course, his ogres getting an ogre charge didn't help either. Well, 2 ogre charges in as many turns. And he just ruined those Savage Orcs, they stood no chance. So, as for units, big one's obviously the worst, like the dummy of the match, if you like, because they got beaten up by goblins and then run off the board without actually getting into any combat at all. So that was nice. Chariot's man of the match, just because the sheer amount of attacks it did was awesome. So I'm glad I took that now. Night Goblins did pretty well. They killed a Mournfang, made them flee, which was awesome. The Savage Orcs died pretty hard, but then that's what's going to happen when a load of ogres come at you with knives. Bolt Thrower killed something. The Bolt Thrower was killed itself. Just at least it's a confirmed kill. Yeah, so I still like the list. I think I can beat ogres somehow. Just not in straight combat 1-on-1, but that wasn't my plan anyway. It's just unfortunately Black Orcs messed me up. But you know, I'm sure they'll do better next time. And they did do 4 wounds to this thing, which was pretty good. but Thunder Stomp is horrendous in such a small game. So yeah, so hand it over to Si, and so he can gloat on his awesome victory.
Yeah, well, I must admit, when the Mournfang turned tail and run, and that was what the Goblins screwed me over the biggest. That Bolt Thrower and the Night Goblins there putting 4 wounds on a potential 9 wound unit really did pretty well, and sent them packing for 2 turns, because I think had they not, they would have smashed into I would have sent them against the big uns, and just attempted to wipe the table.
That would have destroyed the big uns, wouldn't it?
But yeah, I mean, get like unit of 3. I think in a unit of big uns would have hurt big time. I think probably these guys go for dummies of the match after being scared off by little goblins. There will no doubt be some quiet smirking by the Noblars when they get back to camp, but not too much open-ended smirking, because otherwise the Noblars will get eaten. But yeah, the goblins can go away with honours even, as they will no doubt scarpered when they realised that the things were going bad. These guys will be eating bacon for dinner, or at least the Slaughtermaster will, because I don't think 2 boards and a couple of stringy orcs is going to go too far in that unit. So the Slaughtermaster will probably get dibs, but I think with all the Black Orcs and the Black Orcs will probably go to this guy, feed his Stonehorn, and maybe 1 or 2 for himself. And yeah, I'd like to think that the big uns got hunted down for the rest of the guys. So yeah, the Gobbos are the only guys that escaped, being sneaky, cunning little bastards they are. And it was a good game. I must admit, when these guys turned them around, I thought, oh dear, this is not going to go good. But I have to keep reminding myself of the hard-hitting power of ogres. And yeah, I think I got quite lucky, because essentially what happened with the Black Orcs was we went through and we were tallying up the score. And I remember I had a Thunder Stomp, and yeah, got five wounds, and that turned the tables from basically a defeat where I only just managed to hold on a 1 and rolling a 3, which I needed, to basically wing it by 1. So it basically teaches me I've got to keep remembering my rules. But yeah, playing Skaven for so long, I'm not used to too many things with sort of stomp and thunder stomp. I keep forgetting even with the help it quite often. But yeah, all in all, it was a good game. I think things would have been different. I think if Ollie had been played quite so bad with Animosity, which he was pretty damn unlucky this game.
So it didn't have much bearing. It's just when the Savage Orcs failed, I think. Well, I was going to charge anyway, to be fair, so just failed to charge. I seem to have failed a lot of charges.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty. Because I mean, it was great for me, because obviously I knew for a fact that then that meant it was instead of it being like a 15-inch charge, it was a 12-inch charge, which is better than average. And then the Ogre charge was the icing on the cake, really. Getting 2 of them off in two rounds was excellent. So yeah, it was a good game. It was quite interesting, because yeah, ogres in a small game can be really, really, really powerful. Things tend to balance out a little more in the bigger games when your opponent can bring more to the battlefield. But yeah, it was good. So yeah, I think onwards, and we will see you Sunday for another game. That'll make 3 games in a week.
Nice.
Oh, actually, well, not really, because we'll be having another game tomorrow with one of our friends who brings some lizard men. So maybe we'll film that. There'll be many proxies and a few painted models, but yeah, it should be a good one. So yeah, we'll see you later.